I traveled to Birmingham, Alabama to go see America's oldest professional baseball park so I could show you guys the behind the scenes of what it's like to be inside this historical stadium and everything that MLB has set up to make this event come to life. Some of the best players in Major League Baseball history and Negro League history have played here, and for another fun fact, the movie 42 had some scenes that were also filmed at this ballpark. So without further ado, let's go take a look inside of Rickwood Field.
We are here in Birmingham, Alabama at Rickwood Field, the oldest professional baseball stadium in history, established in 1910. Some of the most historic players in Major League Baseball history have played here. So we're here to take a look at the stadium and see what's all going on. So let's go.
To start off, I have to recognize and say the MLB did a fantastic job with the branding and marketing and signs around this ballpark for this event. Everything from the concession signage to the merchandise shop and to the different posters around the ballpark that showed you all the historical players that played there. They absolutely did a phenomenal job in really harnessing that classical Rickwood Field type feeling. So outstanding job by the MLB in this part of the event, and I just had to show you guys all this different stuff so you could see how cool it really was from the inside. Before I take you guys inside of Rickwood Field, I want to go over some of the history just so you guys really understand just how much of an insanely historic place Rickwood Field truly is. So Rickwood Field opened on August 18th, 1910, making it the oldest professional baseball park in the United States. Rickwood Field was formerly home to the Birmingham Barons or Birmingham Black Barons of the Negro Leagues, and Rickwood Field has an unbelievable resume of legendary players that have played on this field. Just to name a few, we saw the posters around the ballpark, but I'll take you through them one more time. We have Josh Gibson, Willie Mays, Tony Stone, Satchel Paige, and even Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb had played exhibitions on this field. And one of the coolest facts about this field is actually where Willie Mays began his professional playing career. The field really just is such a big landmark for the history of baseball. Just to see how far baseball has come from the Negro Leagues all the way to where we are now, truly it was just an unbelievable experience to be here, and you can just feel it around the ballpark. You can feel how much of a historical place you are truly at. I've been to Wrigley Field, I've been to Oracle Park, but none of those stadiums have quite the same feeling in the air that I got at Rickwood Field. It was truly only a feeling that I feel you can truly capture if you're there. It's really hard to describe, but just know you could feel the history from the time you step foot outside the ballpark. So without further ado, it's time for you guys to take a look inside of Rickwood Field. So when we first arrived at Rickwood Field, we saw just that iconic and beautiful Rickwood Field entrance, as you can see right here. And literally from the moment we stepped out and saw this, we knew how much of a historic place that we were in. So after taking in the moment outside the stadium for a little while, we decided it was finally time to head in and go see this ballpark for ourselves. Upon walking in, as you can see right here, you can just see how this ballpark has really held up its integrity and how it just looks so authentic. You guys know when you're like playing MLB The Show at a classic stadium like Polo Grounds or one of those other fields, that's really kind of what it felt like, but living it in real life. I mean, everything from having the lineup cards drawn out in chalk when you first walk in, to seeing the original refreshments concession stands, and they even had old jerseys and old memorabilia on display before you walked into the field. It was just absolutely beautiful. So then we finally made our way up to the field, and as you can see, this was truly just a sight to behold. The field looked absolutely incredible. The MLB did a phenomenal job in setting this up. But I mean, you guys can see like these bleachers and these seats and these fences and these pillars and the awning. It all is just so authentic and so real. It's so incredible that Rickwood Field was able to hold up its integrity from all the way back in the 1900s. Of course, a lot of it is remodeled, but it kept that same core that it's always had. Also, if you guys are enjoying this video, please hit that subscribe button below. I think something like over 99% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you guys want some more baseball content just like this for the rest of summer, if you wouldn't mind, please hit that subscribe button. Our next goal is 5,000 subscribers, and we just passed 1,000, and I know you guys are gonna help me soar past 5,000 in no time. Thank you guys for watching, and let's keep going on with the video. So here's a view from the seats. You can kind of get a feeling of what it was like to watch a game here back in the day, but there's some other things in the ballpark that really make you feel like you are back in the 1920s. Like, look at the roof of this awning, how old it is, and these light posts, these light towers. Like, those are some of the original light towers from the 1900s. And here's a look at the seats. I mean, the seats, it just feels like you're in the 1900s. Like, so after walking around and taking in the moment for a few minutes, here were my initial thoughts when we first decided to sit down and kind of collect what we were looking at.
At first glance, we just walked in here. This place is unbelievable. You can just feel the history when you walk in here, and the fact that this stadium has managed to keep its integrity from the scoreboard to the bleachers to the pavilion and the outfield wall, I mean, You can truly feel how special this place is just from a baseball fan's perspective.
And the scoreboard. I mean, the scoreboard in all its glory was just beautiful. It still had the interchangeable numbers on it. And of course it's repainted and redone, but oh, who doesn't love an old interchangeable scoreboard? Just like the ones at Fenway. I mean, they're just a work of art. And here's a look at the outfield wall. As you can see, of course, there's new sponsors and all the new stuff now in 2024. But the MLB's branding, like I said from the beginning, was just so on point. Like they made the Bally Sports sign and the T-Mobile sign. They made it all just look so vintage. In terms of the marketing, branding, signage, the MLB did a flawless job. Also, the big green batter's eye in center field was also just so sick. And before the game started, the MLB actually brought out some former Negro League players from the Black Barons to throw the first pitch. And it was so cool just to see these historic players take the field on their old home field and just be there to show the fans that they are the base and the building blocks for the MLB that we have today. And of course, the players from the Biscuits and the Barons wore their old throwback jerseys, which really just helped keep that 1900s style, because I can't imagine them wearing the jersey that they have today. So it was so sick to see them in the retros. And here's a view from right field. We moved out there around the 6th inning just to go check it out and see what it looked like. In the field at night and being out there in the outfield to kind of get the full view of the stadium was also just quite the sight to behold. But then this night took an eventual turn. In the top of the 7th inning, we got a notification on our phones from the MLB that Willie Mays had tragically passed away at the age of 93. This was just crazy that it happened, but the fact that it happened while there was a game going on at Rickwood Field, and not to mention the first professional game to be played at Rickwood Field in years, the timing was just an anomaly. It was insane. So the top of the 7th inning ended, and in the middle of the 7th, the broadcaster went over the PA system and decided to announce to the stadium that Willie Mays had tragically passed away. I got some of what he said on film, so I'll just let you guys listen in to what it was like being at Rickwood Field when the passing of Willie Mays was announced.
At the age of 93. He was born here in Alabama, got his start in this very ballpark, thrilled generations of baseball fans with his brilliant play, and we will always cherish the memory and life of the great Willie Mays.
So like I said, that was in the middle of the 7th inning, and the tribute that they gave to Willie was beautiful, and the fact that the stadium all rose to their feet and gave him a standing ovation was honestly something that seemed like the ending of a movie. Just to witness that in real time at Rickwood Field, I can't even describe the emotion that was in the air or what it was like to just be there. But I had to show you guys the tribute that they gave to him and what the energy in the stadium was like as it was happening in real time. So rest in peace, Willie Mays, one of the greatest players that we will ever see in the history of Major League Baseball. After this, we finished out the rest of the game, and the Biscuits would go on to beat the Barons 6-5. But of course, we weren't there to witness the AA minor league baseball game that was going on. We were there to witness the history of Rickwood Field. And so then we headed back to the car and headed on back to our hotel, and we just kind of pondered on what we had just experienced. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got to feel a little bit of the emotion that I felt while being at Rickwood Field. It's truly just the most historic place, and I encourage you guys to do your own research to learn more about it. And with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Our last video, Glow in the Dark Baseball, just surpassed 100,000 views, and I truly just can't believe it. I never thought I'd ever have a YouTube video past 100,000 views, and not to mention we just passed 1,000 subscribers. Our next goal, like I said earlier in the video, is 5,000 subs. So if you guys want to help us get there and join this family early, now is your time to hit the sub button, because you'll be one of the original subscribers of this channel before we take off to see however far we'll go. So thank you guys for watching, liking, and subscribing. I appreciate you watching this video all the way through if you made it to the end. And we have some more fun videos coming up this summer, so I encourage you guys to stick around. And yeah, guys, like I said, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.